Well, US President Donald Trump dialed Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a telephonic conversation on Wednesday. The call comes just hours before Trump's scheduled meet with Pakistani Army Chief General Asim Munir at the White House. During the 35-minute phone call, Prime Minister Modi informed the US President that India's counter-terror Operation Sindoor is ongoing, while underlining that India will not accept any mediation on Pakistan. The US President expressed his support for India's fight against terror. President Trump also accepted an invitation to attend the next Quad meeting in India. Prime Minister Modi was expected to meet President Trump at the G7 summit in Canada, but the US President left the summit early. Subsequently, at President Trump's request, the two leaders spoke over the phone. Trump also invited Prime Minister Modi to visit the US on his return journey, but Prime Minister Modi declined the invitation due to a pre-existing schedule. Prime Minister Modi briefed President Trump on Operation Sindoor and detailed the events of May 6th and 7th when India launched precision strikes targeting terror hideouts in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Prime Minister Modi told Trump that India's actions were measured, precise and non-escalatory. Briefing reporters on the conversation, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said Prime Minister Modi told President Trump that India would respond to Pakistan's bullets with shells.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने कहा कि 6-7 मई की रात को भारत ने पाकिस्तान और पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर में सिर्फ आतंकी ठिकानों को ही निशाना बनाया था। भारत के एक्शन बहुत ही मेजर्ड, प्रिसाइस और नॉन एस्केलेटरी थे। साथ ही भारत ने यह भी स्पष्ट कर दिया था कि पाकिस्तान की गोली का जवाब भारत गोले से देगा।
Prime Minister also recalled his phone conversation with Vice President J.D. Vance on May 9th, during which Vance had warned of a possible major attack by Pakistan. Prime Minister Modi categorically stated to the President that there was no discussion or involvement of the United States in any kind of mediation efforts, and that India has never accepted, nor will it ever accept, third-party mediation in matters concerning Pakistan.
Donald Trump shaking hands, a warm hug, symbolizing the great Indo-American friendship. The aim is to strengthen and deepen the ties further as we see.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप को स्पष्ट रूप से कहा कि इस पूरे घटनाक्रम के दौरान कभी भी किसी भी स्तर पर भारत अमेरिका ट्रेड डील या अमेरिका द्वारा भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच मध्यस्थता जैसे विषयों पर बात नहीं हुई थी। सैन्य कार्रवाई रोकने की बात सीधे भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच दोनों सेनाओं की एग्जिस्टिंग चैनल्स के माध्यम से हुई थी और पाकिस्तान के ही आग्रह पर हुई थी।
This was the first call between the two leaders since April 22nd, when President Trump had called Prime Minister Modi to express condolences and voice support against terror after the Pahalgam terror attack. Donald Trump had earlier claimed that the US helped mediate a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, and that he had personally spoken to leaders of both the nations to resolve their issues. If they wanted to do trade with the US, the two leaders also touched on the Israel-Iran conflict and the war in Ukraine and stressed the need for direct dialogue to restore peace. Furthermore, they discussed the strategic importance of the Quad alliance in the Indo-Pacific region. And our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Nahan Sibul, has sent us this report on Prime Minister Modi and President Trump's phone conversation.
Thank you very much.
Hours before the US President Donald Trump is going to host the Pakistani Field Marshal Asim Munir, the US President spoke to the Indian Prime Minister, and of course during that telephonic conversation the Indian Prime Minister made it clear that when it comes to India-Pakistan issue, this has to be resolved bilaterally. No third-party mediation will be accepted, and clearly pointed out to the developments of May, when of course India undertook its Operation Sindoor, strikes on terror camps in Pakistan in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack, and of course made it clear that if there is a terror attack from Pakistan, India will respond decisively. And one thing that the Indian Prime Minister made it clear was that the ceasefire understanding that both sides agreed was because the Pakistani side requested the Indian side. This is something that is very important given the fact that the US President has been claiming that he should be credited for the understanding between the two countries. But all in all, there was focus on the ongoing war between Israel and Iran, the ongoing war in Europe between Ukraine and Russia, and of course the Indo-Pacific as well. In fact, the Indian Prime Minister invited the US President for the upcoming Quad Summit here in India. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.